There's a voice within you, not loud, not demanding, not pushy, but steady, quiet, almost like a whisper beneath the chaos of your thoughts. This voice doesn't scream like your fears. It doesn't beg for attention like the world does. It simply waits. And in moments of silence, when your mind quiets, you hear it, you feel it, and yet you doubt. Why? Because that voice asks you to do the scariest thing imaginable, to trust yourself, not your fears, not your past, not what others told you is realistic, but the truth that only your soul knows. We're taught to look outward for direction. Parents, teachers, bosses, society, algorithms. Everyone has an opinion about what you should be doing. So when your soul speaks, it doesn't always make sense. It doesn't align with the plan. It doesn't match what's expected of you. That's what makes it terrifying. Because if you trust that inner voice, you might disappoint people. You might fail. You might be misunderstood. You might walk away from everything you built just to feel free. And yet, isn't that freedom what you've always wanted? You wake up tired even after sleep. You go through your day on autopilot. You smile, but it feels like a lie. Everything around you looks fine, but inside it's hollow. That's not laziness. That's not a lack of gratitude. That's the consequence of ignoring your soul. You've been betraying yourself slowly, saying yes when you want to scream no, staying where you no longer grow, chasing validation instead of authenticity. This is not what you're meant for. Your soul doesn't use logic. It speaks in emotion, in restlessness, in desire, in heartbreak, in wonder. When you're excited, that's your soul lighting up. When you're drained, it's your soul begging for change. When you're curious, it's your soul pointing toward something real. But most of us dismiss these feelings. We call them silly. We say, now's not the time. We wait until everything around us falls apart before we finally listen. Why wait for collapse when you can choose alignment? You don't need a full plan. You just need the next step. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's choosing to walk forward with fear in your pocket. You're not required to have everything figured out. You're only required to be honest. Is this job feeding your soul? Is this relationship expanding you? Is this environment supporting your growth? If not, then you already know the answer. But knowing isn't enough. The real power is in acting on that knowing. When you begin to follow your soul, people will question you. Why would you leave that job? Why would you walk away from them? Why would you move, start over, let go? Because they don't hear what you hear. They don't feel what you feel. They weren't given your calling, and that's okay. You're not here to convince them. You're here to honor your path. Even if no one claps when you walk it. The further you go into soul alignment, the more peace you feel. It doesn't always look like success to others. It doesn't always come with applause. But it feels like coming home. You sleep better. You laugh easier. You stop forcing things that aren't meant for you. You start attracting people who get it. Opportunities that align effortlessly. Moments that feel like divine timing. Because when you choose yourself, life chooses you back. Think about this. What if every heartbreak, every delay, every redirection was your soul trying to wake you up? What if the breakdown was a breakthrough in disguise? What if your intuition, those random feelings and gut pulls, were your soul-less compass all along? You were never lost. You were just disconnected from the one voice that always knew. You've waited long enough for permission, for clarity, for certainty, but none of that comes before the leap. It comes after. It's time to listen to the only voice that truly has your back, your own. It's time to follow what feels like freedom. Let the world misunderstand you. Let them think you're crazy, because at the end of the day, they don't have to live with your regrets. You do, and your soul, it's still whispering. Are you brave enough to finally listen? Thank you for watching. If this message spoke to your soul, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need it too. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more journeys into the mind, the heart, and the soul.